Okay, so did you know it's the year of the wood snake?
Oh, is it? I hadn't realized we were back around to the snake already.
Yeah, I know. But okay, maybe you don't believe in all that zodiac stuff.
Right.
But I'm sure we can all agree. Who doesn't love a gorgeous houseplant?
You've got me there.
So I found this really fun YouTube video about lucky houseplants and Feng Shui for 2025.
Okay.
And I thought it would be cool to do a little deep dive, see what we can learn about plant lore, and maybe pick up some tips for good vibes in our homes.
Sounds good to me. I'm always interested in how different cultures view plants and nature, like how they connect them to fortune and energy and all that.
Me too.
Oh.
And this video is full of all those kinds of connections.
Yeah.
Like, did you know that snake plants are supposed to be good for protection?
Oh, interesting.
Makes sense, though, right?
Mm.
They're tough, got those spiky leaves, like little plant bodyguards.
Well, yeah, in Feng Shui, the snake plant, or Sansevieria trifasciata, is really known for being hardy. Like, it can handle almost anything. And it's believed to, kind of ward off negative energy and create a feeling of security.
So, like, a plant guardian angel. I like that.
Never much.
Now, this one I thought was kind of funny. The ZZ plant is supposed to be good for financial stability.
Okay.
A plant literally named ZZ for stability. I don't know, it seemed ironic to me.
I see what you mean. Oh, but maybe that's part of it. I mean, the ZZ plant is famous for being low maintenance.
Right.
It can handle low light, doesn't need a ton of water, it just kind of thrives. So maybe that resilience is what connects it to, like, financial stability.
Huh. I never thought of it that way, but that makes a lot of sense.
It's all about perspective.
So, while we're talking about money matters, did you know that the money tree is supposed to, like, trap luck and fortune in its braided trunk? Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah. The money tree, or Pachira aquatica, is a pretty common choice for attracting wealth in Feng Shui. I think it's because the 5 leaves on each stem are supposed to represent the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water.
The 5 elements. Wait, can you break that down for me a little?
Sure. So in Feng Shui, the 5 elements are like the basic building blocks of the universe, right? And they interact with each other in specific ways.
Oh, yeah.
So the goal is to create balance and harmony among those elements in your home or environment.
So the money tree, with its 5 leaves, kind of brings that balance into your home, specifically for wealth.
Yeah, that's the idea. And that brings up another key concept in Feng Shui placement. The video talks a lot about putting specific plants in particular spots in your home, like east, southeast, southwest corners.
I noticed that too, especially the east and southeast. Why are those so important?
Well, each area of your home is thought to correspond to a different area of your life.
Okay.
The east is usually associated with the family and health. The southeast is connected to wealth and abundance.
So you'd put a money tree in the southeast corner.
Right. And then the southwest corner is for love and relationships.
Speaking of love, they recommend the anthurium for that. You know, the one with the big, bright red heart-shaped flower?
I love anthuriums. They're so striking.
Yeah.
And yeah, the color and shape definitely make it a good symbol for passion, I think.
Right. And putting it in the southwest corner is supposed to amplify those lovey-dovey vibes even more.
Yeah, it's like setting the mood with greenery.
The orchid is another one for love. It's supposed to bring good luck in relationships, but also enhance creativity.
Yeah, orchids are super elegant. And they have those amazing fragrances. I can see how they would inspire romance and creativity.
It's so cool how these everyday plants become like these talismans for different aspects of our lives.
I know, right? It's like a whole secret language of symbolism.
Okay, one more before we move on. The video mentioned the peace lily for harmony, especially during times of change or transition.
I love peace lilies.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're so calming.
Yeah. And they're also great for purifying the air, which I guess adds to that sense of tranquility.
Oh, that reminds me. They also talked about lucky bamboo
Yeah.
and how the number of stalks means different things.
Oh, yeah. 3 for happiness, 5 for health, 8 for wealth and prosperity.
So, like, each stalk adds another layer of meaning.
That's the idea. And it's not just bamboo either. Numbers have symbolic meaning in tons of cultures.
That's fascinating. Okay, we can't talk about lucky plants without mentioning the jade plant.
Of course.
The classic one for attracting wealth and prosperity.
Right. The jade plant's plump, coin-shaped leaves make it a perfect symbol for abundance. And in Feng Shui, it's usually recommended to put it in that southeast corner, the wealth area.
Gotcha. So we've got plants for harmony, love, prosperity. But what about protection? Besides the snake plant, they also mentioned the cactus.
Cacti are really interesting. They're so tough, able to survive in all those harsh conditions. So they symbolize strength and resilience. And I guess you could see the spines as a kind of protection, like warding off negative energy.
It's like a little prickly shield. What about rosemary? I know it's used in cooking, but the video said it can also bring health, healing, and protection.
Oh, yeah, rosemary has a really long history in traditional medicine. The scent is supposed to be invigorating, boosting energy and focus.
Right. And I've also heard that it can help purify the air, maybe even ward off illness.
It's like a multi-purpose plant.
I love how much history and meaning is packed into these plants that we see every day.
It's really incredible. Like you said, it makes you see them in a whole new light.
It really does. And speaking of seeing things in a new light, there are even more fascinating plants to explore in this video. So why don't we keep going?
Let's do it.
So we've covered plants for protection and prosperity and love and harmony.
It's a lot.
It is. But there's even more. This video goes on to talk about plants for new beginnings and personal growth.
Okay.
Have any come to mind for you?
Well, the calathea is a pretty cool one. It's got these vibrant colors and patterns.
Oh, yeah, I love those.
And it does this unique thing where it folds its leaves up at night.
Really? Like it's going to sleep?
Exactly. So that's why it's often associated with renewal and, new beginnings.
That's so neat. It's literally embodying the idea of starting fresh each day.
Right. It's a good visual reminder.
What about the Boston fern? I feel like that one's pretty popular.
Yeah. The Boston fern is supposed to represent new beginnings, health, and even prosperity.
Wow, it's like the trifecta of good vibes.
I know. And they do really well in humid environments, so you often see them in bathrooms. They purify the air and create a sense of tranquility.
So a triple threat. Good for your home, your health, and your, fresh start vibes.
Exactly.
Okay, I've got to ask about plants for creativity. I'm always looking for inspiration boosts. Any suggestions?
Besides the orchid, the video mentions the begonia. It's got all those beautiful colors and shapes.
They're definitely eye-catching.
And it's said to symbolize wealth, creativity, and also protection.
Wow, a triple threat again.
It seems like a lot of these plants have multiple meanings, which makes sense.
Yeah, totally. It's like they can represent different things to different people or even different things in different parts of your life.
Exactly.
Okay, so what about plants that are just, good luck in general? The kind you'd give as a gift to wish someone well.
Oh, well, you can't go wrong with a shamrock plant, right?
Oh, yeah. The classic good luck charm, especially around St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it's super cheerful.
Mm.
And in Irish folklore, they say it wards off evil spirits, so there's that added bonus.
Uh-huh. A little extra protection never hurts.
No.
Okay, this might sound kind of cheesy, but what about plants that are known for bringing joy and positivity?
Okay, well, like the video said, any plant can bring joy if you love it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But are there any that are particularly known for those good vibes?
The kalanchoe is a really good one, those little clusters of bright flowers.
Oh, yeah, I love those.
They're supposed to bring long-lasting luck and positivity.
And they bloom for a long time, right?
They do, which also makes them a symbol of endurance and success, so that's cool.
I like that. It's like a little reminder to keep going, even when things are tough.
Exactly.
Speaking of plants that can handle tough times, what about the golden pothos? That seems like a super popular one.
The golden pothos is practically indestructible. It's known for cleaning the air, too. And some people think those vibrant green leaves and how it just grows and grows.
Right, it's unstoppable.
Yeah, like it represents vitality and abundance. So I guess that's where the association with good health and luck comes from.
It's like a visual reminder to stay positive and keep growing.
I like that.
Okay, we've talked about plants for love, but what about plants that help with emotional healing? Or just, support emotional well-being in general?
Well, the video mentioned the philodendron for that.
Right.
With those heart-shaped leaves, it's a natural symbol of love.
Right.
But it's also connected to emotional healing and positive energy. And placing it in the southwest corner, the love and relationship area, is supposed to, boost those vibes.
It's like sending good vibes to your heart, literally.
Exactly. And while we are on the topic of emotional well-being, there's one plant we haven't mentioned yet. Lavender.
Oh, yeah, lavender. I love that scent. So calming.
Right. It's known for its relaxing qualities. The video even said it can help with sleep.
Oh, that makes sense. I always feel more relaxed when I smell lavender.
Well, it's not just the smell. Lavender actually has a soothing effect on the nervous system, so it's often used in aromatherapy to promote relaxation and help people sleep better.
So it's backed by science.
Yeah.
Cool. I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Now, what about plants that help you focus or concentrate? Any tips for our learner persona out there?
Well, research has shown that just being around plants can improve your focus and concentration.
Really? Just being around them?
Yeah. But there is one plant that is particularly known for boosting mental clarity. Basil.
Wait, basil. The herb.
The one and only. Of course, it's great for cooking, but it also has a long history in traditional medicine and aromatherapy. Some people believe that the scent of basil can stimulate the brain and help you focus better.
Hmm. I never knew that about basil.
It's true, and it's no coincidence that a lot of people like to keep basil plants in their home offices or study spaces.
Makes sense. I'm definitely adding a basil plant to my desk ASAP.
Me too.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of lucky plants, everything from wealth and love to creativity and focus.
Mm-mm.
But you mentioned earlier that Feng Shui is about more than just the plants themselves. It's also about intention and placement.
Right.
Can you remind us about that?
Sure. So in Feng Shui, you look at your home as a reflection of yourself, right? And each area of your home represents a different area of your life.
Gotcha.
And the idea is that you can support and enhance those areas by intentionally placing plants that correspond to them.
So, like, if you want to improve your career, you might put a plant associated with success in the north part of your home, which is the career area.
Yeah, it's all about creating this harmonious and balanced environment that, supports your well-being.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what if you're not really into Feng Shui or don't know much about it?
Yeah.
Can you still use plants to create good vibes?
Oh, absolutely. I think the most important thing is to just trust your intuition and create a space that feels good to you. Choose plants that you find beautiful and inspiring and care for them with love.
So it's more about personal meaning than following a strict set of rules.
Yeah, exactly. The goal is to create a home that nourishes you, and plants are a wonderful way to do that.
Okay, I love that. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's like the biggest takeaway you want our listener to remember about lucky plants and Feng Shui?
I think the most important thing is to approach this with a sense of curiosity and playfulness. Don't get too caught up in the rules or feel like you have to be an expert. Just have fun with it. Choose plants that speak to you, care for them with intention. I think that's where the real magic happens.
I love that. It's like we're creating our own little oasis of good vibes, right?
Exactly.
Well, this has been so fascinating. Thanks for going on this deep dive with me.
My pleasure.
But we're not quite done yet. We've talked about the symbolism, we've talked about placement, but what about the actual act of caring for these lucky plants? What does that do for us and for our connection to nature? So we've talked about all these meanings and where to put the plants and all that.
Right.
But the video also talks a lot about actually taking care of the plants, like really nurturing them.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that has to be part of it too, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's not just about sticking a plant in a corner and hoping for the best. It's about actively engaging with them, taking care of something. Even a plant can be so good for us.
Totally. It's like having this little green friend that relies on you.
And you get to watch it grow and thrive and it's rewarding. Plus, it helps us connect with nature, even when we're stuck inside.
I think that's so important, especially these days when everyone's so busy and plugged in.
Oh, right?
The video also mentioned that caring for plants can help with things like focus, anxiety, even boost creativity. Is there any truth to that?
There actually is. A lot of research shows that being around plants can help you concentrate better. And it can lower stress hormones, so it makes sense that it would help with anxiety.
Right.
And some studies have even shown that being in nature can spark creativity.
So it's not just the symbolism, there's like a real tangible effect.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
you said earlier, it's a win-win.
So I guess the takeaway here is, even if you don't buy into all the lucky plant stuff,
Yeah,
just having plants around and taking care of them is good for you.
absolutely. It's something we can all benefit from.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into lucky plants and Feng Shui, what's the one thing you want our listener to take away from all this?
I think the main thing is to just approach this with a sense of curiosity and fun.
Okay.
Don't get too hung up on the rules or feel like you have to be an expert.
Right.
Choose plants that you personally connect with. Take care of them. I think that's where the real magic is.
It's about creating a space that feels good to you, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I love that. So think about a space in your own home that could use a little boost, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's your home office. Maybe you want a peace lily there to promote focus and harmony.
Or maybe your living room needs a jade plant to bring in some abundance and prosperity. Or how about a snake plant by the front door to make you feel safe and secure?
I like that. The little plant guardian.
Exactly. And remember, the most important thing is to choose plants that you actually like, plants that make you feel good.
Yes. Surround yourself with good vibes and green friends.
Exactly.
Well, this deep dive has been so fun. I've learned so much, and I'm definitely feeling inspired to add more plants to my life.
Me too. It's a good reminder that even small changes can make a big difference.
Well said. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into lucky plants and Feng Shui.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time.